And we're back with the Coco tapes.
Here we are.
So, the big V, the big C, the big everything. We're going back. We just got through the worst day in Coco's life. Now we're gonna go.
No, but wait. Actually, before we do that, well, I'm sorry, maybe we should go in the days in between because I have my little goodie bag here.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
See, I was cleaning out today. I'm cleaning in my room. I'm fixing stuff, and I found some of this. The bag I hate the most on earth, but you know. So they started with the mask thing, and I think I didn't mention it, but so when all this started. Nobody knew what it was, you know, nobody. We didn't know. I knew the story about the bat was like, okay, you're kidding me. When I heard this story, it's like, what? A bat in China, stop it. You can't come up with something better than that. Like, It's so stupid.
It was a wet market.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have happened if it had been a dry market.
No. But this also shows how stupid humankind have become, that we believe stuff like this. Oh yes, a bat. That's and the Chinese typical. It's the Chinese. Yeah. You know, all this shit.
Actually, and it's also often like that, right? Yeah. The more outlandish it is, the more easier it is believed.
And I've because I've been like, I don't know what you should call that, studying things for maybe 30 years now. They were like, questioning things. I know rule number one. Every time something hits the media that's huge, they're covering up something else that's huger. Or every time there's a new war or a new conflict or whatever, somebody's either moving a lot of money or uranium or whatever, something heavy's going on that's much more important.
In the background.
Yeah. Anyway, but okay, we didn't know what this was. So we were 3 people in the household at that time, so we decided to do all the right things. We did listen, we would not go out, not go to cafes, bars, not go in the cinema, not do anything. Only one person would go to the shops. That was the man in the house, he went shopping. So only one was risk and only one and only one was risking. Sorry. Yeah. And then, so we did it. We waited and waited and waited to find out what this was about. And then the mask thing came along and we were all like, the 3 of us were like, what? And again, no sense. You put it on when you're standing up. You take it off when you're sitting down publicly. What? Like, no. And it was just so stupid. And we were all looking at it like, what? And this is supposed to protect you from what? No. And I was like, and I did try because I have meetings with an elder, you could say vulnerable person, all this stuff they kept saying, you know, the old people, they can get sick and you may kill them, whatever. But I wouldn't wear this stupid blue napkin. I mean, come on, like hygiene, it looks like, I don't know what. No, I wouldn't. I couldn't. And plus, it's something about it when I had one in my hand, I was like, I don't trust this stuff. There's something in this. This is just not, you know. And I know through experience, many, many years, I don't trust anything that comes from the medical industry at all. Nothing. I'm sorry. Nothing. Not even a Advil. Nothing. And especially not that. Anyway, nothing. Not even this freaking Band-Aids. They put shit in that too. Sorry, the friends. They put stuff in that too. And we're putting it all over our kids, you know. Right in the bloodstream. Brilliant. Anyway, so I bought online my own nice fashion here. It looks very horrible. See if I can wear it.
Oh my God.
See, it's my anonymous one. Just like, and there was filters. You could put these filters in it. But I couldn't breathe. I mean, not just like now, I feel very, very bad. And we got all kinds of different ones. This is also some kind of anonymous. I think, I never opened this one. And I wore it like once or twice in the beginning because I didn't dare to do it. This is the stupid one. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's the clearest one. Yeah.
And then I couldn't wear it. Everything inside my body, I was like, felt violated in all kinds of ways. Then the health-wise, the thing is like, it's not very healthy to go and breathe your own dead oxygen.
Yeah.
And then, so I had to find out what to do. And then we would, somebody started making these badges, and we made some groups online quickly, the people that weren't, because we had to find, like, I'm not the only one, can we find somebody? I had to find somebody, because it was terrible, because everybody was on that side, and they were all shocked if you weren't, they wouldn't talk to you, you weren't allowed anywhere, my daughter couldn't have Christmas with her other side of the family, because, oh no, it's terrible what it did emotionally for all the people that were not. And what did they really do wrong? Nothing. They just questioned. So somebody made these nice cute badges. I thought they were cute, so I wanted to support her little shop anyway. And I bought them too. It says in Danish that you are opt, I call it that. You're accepted from wearing a mask. Thank you for your understanding. And I bought it, it's biodegradable, by the way, to give to the elder people, because I could see elder people in the streets and the shops were really struggling, because they already maybe have issues with breathing, and now they had this. And they did not know. My best success was actually when I was at the main hospital. It's a good story, by the way. Oh, maybe that's the best one. Maybe we should take that. Anyway, I met in the elevator this elder couple, and the man, he was like, terrible. I'm laughing because it's crazy. This is my way of dealing with craziness, is laughing. And then I couldn't help it when we went out on the ground floor. I took it, I said, did you know you don't have to wear this? And he was like, really? Yes, it's a suggestion. And they can't, but they give people fines. I say, yeah, they don't, it's not illegal. They can try it. They can give the fine, but you don't have to pay it. You can take it. You can go to court. Blah blah blah. Anyway, so I would give it, and they would get all happy because then they didn't have to explain. They didn't have to feel like the bad citizens that weren't doing. Then later, our prime minister went out and said this whatever awful things about people that wasn't vaccinated, and we'll make them suffer. She said like really really crazy things. So this cool guy in one of our groups made this. I love this one. It also said, you don't have to wear a mask, and then it says live med det, because that was one of her sentences. She said live with it, like this will be very difficult for the people not vaccinated, live with it. Also with the taxes, with all these things she did to the people, she just said live with it, which is a very, what would you say that expression is very, it's arrogant, it's everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and this was my...
Degrading.
Yeah, it is. It's like, oh, you stupid people, right? Yeah, well, then people were stupid because they were living with this shit and accepting it. So I would buy these to support people's small shops, 1, and 2, to give to people. And then the final thing I did that I really liked, I became member of this, I love this one. This says, this person must not be vaccinated because I'm part of a program where we're studying what happens to people that don't get vaccinated for this. Super cool. I would wear it when I went into the restaurants and cafes. And what happened was so funny. I guess it looked like some Stasi thing of people got all like, the bartender would treat me really nice. Like I was in some kind of SARS, a pro-SARS group, I was, that's how I read their reactions were like, okay, she's like, oh, okay. And the people I could notice, because I pick up easily in this, because we got so paranoid, like if somebody was sitting there, I could instantly see they were not allowed to sit there, which means they didn't have a COVID pass. Either they had a fake one or whatever. And I would actually go over to them and say, chill, not look at it, and they'd go all like, get all relaxed, because this is how it was. Because many cheated, of course. And let's to be honest, yes, they did. And this is why they kept changing the COVID pass, then they made this semi-live one that was moving, on the telephone. People would just use screenshots, all this stuff. And I was lucky because this place that I go to several times a week, they were obligated to, every time a customer comes, can we see your COVID pass? But as we came there, so I come there 2 or 3 times a week, then the boss finally said, after once or twice, okay, now we've seen yours, we know.
Yeah.
And it wasn't mine, no. That's the only thing. I did cheat once. Bad girl.
Okay.
But and what you say in love and war.
Yeah.
And this is war, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness, man.
I was trying to say what was my best experience. I don't remember yet. Was there anything good?
Oh yeah, you about your whole family's intuition about the bee.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, at some point during all this, and we haven't even talked about half of it because we had to make all these clubs, these groups, these meetings, and I decided to go deep in and understand what this was. What was in the PCR? I never had a PCR either. My family has not. Well, some of them have, but my nearest haven't for some reason. Luckily. And understand what all this was, what the COVID was in the PCR test. I mean, my whole intuition, this is not about being against. I'm not really, when people say, yeah, anti-vaxxer, I'm not anti anything. I'm just not pro. You know, you can do whatever you want. I'm not just putting it into me. Of course I'm not. Of course, if people were falling apart in the streets, you know, bleeding to death and whatever, maybe I would consider, shoulda, woulda, maybe. But no. Until then, I trust my immune system. That's why we got it. So, at one point, I think my daughter's kind of pressured. They're going on some trip or something. And she had just turned 18, which means she's grown up. She can decide for herself anything in life, right? And she couldn't go or something if she weren't. At least she had to have a PCR, and she didn't want to do that either. She would do it. I told her in the end, you do whatever you want. If you want to, of course, life will be easier. Of course, she was, of course, rebelling and saying, oh, it would be so much easier if I would just, yeah, then do it. No problem. Do it. Up to you. You know. And she didn't. And then they tried to, like, peer pressure her to do a test, at least. And she wouldn't. And I told her, well, you could say you can do a spit test. See, the good thing was, at some point, a lot of people got educated in giving spit tests. You could take a spit test, so you didn't need to take the PCR. And people would ask me, why did you want to take the PCR? What's the problem? I said, first of all, did you see that? Why? Come on, they're sticking it all the way up to the opening of your brain. And we're in 2024. Why? They don't need that. They can do a spit test. Or why do they stick it, you know, all the way up people's nose and kids are crying? It's crazy. Now I know why. Do you know why? I told you why, right? Because there's dehydrated virus in the PCR test. Yeah. So that's why they have to stick it up and turn it around. So it becomes wet, hydrated, so it opens, the cotton opens, and the virus goes in. And if you don't believe me, just check ask your friends if you don't remember. Like I had a lot of friends, I never had COVID, I don't have COVID. And then they went to get a test, and then a week later they had COVID. And yeah, it's only they have COVID, right? Yeah, because that's what it takes for the virus to get activated and so on. That little small week, 5 days.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the best day was when I suddenly realized, and at this point I had not good communication with my son. He is now, at that point he must have been 25. Well, yeah. And it turned out that I realized one day that I wasn't the man I was living with at this point. He didn't. My daughter didn't. And my son didn't. My brother didn't. His wife didn't. My mother, for some reason, did. She took one, and she said it was because of her friends, so they would feel safe. She only took one. It's a silly reason, but I've tried to understand being, at that point, 78, and all your friends are fragile, and so on. And then you take it so you can tell them at least, I am vaccinated. This is why she did it. She only took one. I bet she never wanted to take it anymore. She didn't take it anymore. So, and then I was thinking that day, wow, I felt very lucky and privileged that something in our genes or something keeps our intuition on track. Because I had many friends that were in this same situation as I, were not being juiced, where they had one kid do it or the other parent do it, or you know, many people were split up over this. It's also terrible, but also you may imagine knowing all the things you know about this and then watching your grown-up son do it. It's terrible. And I had people lose young boys, and it's terrible. It's just terrible knowing. And again, it was some hard thing. There was nothing wrong with him, nothing. I actually traveled with one of them And it's just, I mean, her life is ruined. It's just ruined. You know, no parent should put a kid in the grave anyway, but so, yeah. So that's the best day when I see, thank God or whatever for the something. And remember, being like me and us, it's like, it's the people they put in the sanitaries, you know. It's the people we have, this is why I joke, yeah, call me crazy, but in a good way. I'm crazy in a good way. Because the questioning you will always be called crazy.
Yeah.
In the end, you're crazy. So people that question things and artists are crazy, and I'm both. So I'm screwed.
Very good. So what can you learn? Always question.
Yeah, always question everything.
Especially when they tell you not to question.
Yeah.
That's when every Spider-Man sense should tingle like crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yep.
So I think we'll keep it there, right?
Mm-hmm. We will. Remember, share, question, ask.
Like, subscribe, follow, and we'll keep the content coming. See you on the next one.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.